Homelessness is not just the single guy standing on the street corner with his, we'll work for food sign. It's families with kids, and it's single dads, and it's single moms, and it's two-parent families.
In our culture, a man who can't support his family is less than nothing.
Most of the stuff that really affected me is just the embarrassment of knowing that you are homeless. Because everybody does think, that guy's pathetic, that guy has a problem, there's something wrong with him, he's either drunk or stoned all the time, so he lost his house. But it can happen to anybody.
Most of them have always had a job and always had a place to live, and something's gone wrong. There's been a car accident or an illness or a loss of a job. So these are folks maybe you work next to at work, somebody that you live down the street from. They're just folks. But all of a sudden, without any experience or preparation, they find themselves evicted. This is terrifying.
I mean, if you're living paycheck by paycheck and all of a sudden that paycheck disappears, then what are you going to do? I mean, if you don't have family or anybody that can actually help you, then you're just out of luck.
A lot of people in this country are 1 to 6 paychecks away from being homeless.
First Place Family Center is a day center. It's open every day of the year from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. This is a place where folks who are homeless or at risk of homelessness, who have children under the age of 18, come to get help.
We do have a small night shelter program that runs during the school year.
And what we do is we've partnered with the various faith communities and a number of churches, and they provide a space for 1 or 2 weeks at a time for our families. And that allows, when we close at 5, our families to load up in the van, go to the church for that week, and volunteers from the organization feed the families, help the kids with homework, provide entertainment, and at night then the families bed down, spend the night at the organization, get up the next morning, another group of volunteers feeds them breakfast, and they come over here, the children go back to school. But the typical stay here the average stay here is 3 months. So for most families, they come in here within 3 months, they get what they need and move on. We don't have enough coverage for the summers at this point, but at least we can cover the families while the children are in school so they can have continuity during that period of time.
It's kind of scary not knowing, especially this last couple weeks, that it's closing down for the summer. It was real scary because it was getting really close to the wire and we had nothing.
We get a surprising number of single dads through here, where for some reason they've ended up the caretaker of the children. Nathan falls in that category. And as a single dad with several kids and no place to go, and when he came here, no job, it's enormously overwhelming.
He's an incredibly caring young man. He's not very old, and he's got these 3 little kids, and he has been their primary caregiver most of their life because of some problems that their mom has had. And his patience is incredible. I just watch him interact with the kids, and he is warm and loving and kind and plays with them and has fun with them.
One thing that impressed me about Nathan is what a good dad he is. How he really is with the children and pays attention to them and nurtures them extremely well.
And he's been really on top of it. He's been doing everything that we've asked of him since he's been here.
He's worked really hard to, again, get stable income. He's got that now.
And it looks like they're going to be moving into housing. So that's pretty exciting.
Well, I learned to do what you need to do. Put that first. The stuff you want to do can always wait. But when it comes down to it, you need to have a job and you need to have a place to stay.
It's really satisfying when you get somebody that's really motivated and wants to take whatever steps are necessary to move themselves towards self-sufficiency.
One of the wonderful things about this job is seeing people's victory when they're back on their feet, and we try to be a nice place for folks, but it's not like having your own home. And we wouldn't be in business if it wasn't for the generosity of the community.
It really is incredibly necessary for us to have the support of the community. And we live in an incredibly generous community.